All right, easy here for my latest partner, ExpressVPN. You're like, what the hell is that? I'll get to that. Calm down. First of all, going online without ExpressVPN is like forgetting to mute yourself on a Zoom meeting. Do you really want all of your coworkers to hear you trash talking them? Okay, so that's kind of like helping me illustrate to you what's up. Why everybody needs a VPN. Okay, so everything you do online, the shows you watch, the websites you go to, anything you do online, that gets sent to your internet service provider, including your mobile network providers. They know every single website you visit. All right? Reroute 100% of your traffic to ExpressVPN through their secure encrypted servers so your ISP cannot see your browsing history. Privacy is really big to a lot of folks, so that's why this is very, very important. ExpressVPN is the best. They hide your IP address, making it extremely difficult for third parties to track your online activity. That's important for your old pal EZ because with my setup, I can't have any compromises. My internet is so important for doing what I do that if anything affects what I do, that's trouble. That's why I use ExpressVPN. Very easy to use. You just fire up the app and click one button to get protected. Works on all of your devices too, phones, laptops, tablets, more, so you can stay private on the go. I swear by this, and my life is so much easier now that the Eric Zane Show podcast is utilizing ExpressVPN. So what you need to do is protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/Zane. That's expressvpn.com/Zane. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/Zane. Hello, friends, my friends. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. The daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. O'Neill showing you everything. Except his head. He's leaving nothing to the imagination. You can actually see the spot where his ding dong is. Like that little dot there. Like, hold on. I'll pinpoint it. It's like a weatherman. Right there. That is his penile zone. He's showing it all to you. I can promise you that there is only one podcast in America of all the millions and millions of podcasts where while the guy is doing the show live, a dog is showing you his dick. God, my hair looks good. Oh, look at that. That is absolute beauty. You know, I'm really lucky. The whole silver thing so works. I mean, if I was single, do you know how many women would just be throwing it at me? It'd be intense. I'd be like, yeah, no. Seriously, I've got enough pussy. I'm getting too much pussy. No, I would be a huge letdown because they would look at it and go, oh, God, it's useless. It doesn't even hardly work. I was expecting a big payoff and I'm getting nothing. It's really messing with my head. Aaron says, I really enjoyed the Twitch stream today. Very different than just listening to you on Spotify later in the day. Oh, I know. There's a visual element to it, and you get the facial expressions. You get you're able to see the comments and the live interaction. These two lovers are here, Amy and Ashley. They are absolutely soulmates. If by chance something didn't work out in their own personal lives, they would meet. Now, these are not women with lesbian tendencies, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know everything about everybody, but it was cosmic. The chemistry between those two when we were at the frickin', what was it? El Senorita, La Taco, or whatever it was. Banditos Are Us or something like that. Why is this number? Stop it! Banditos Are Us. I forgot the name of the place. Beltline Bar, that was it. They're madly in love. They were just like, oh, yeah, oh, God, you're so fun. I just love you. Oh, my God. Amy very happily married to the dude. I don't think I've met the guy. Have I? Have I met the guy? I think I met the guy. I don't know. I forget so much. I really do. Laying in bed last night, Pooh Bear says she watches this video. There's a guy who's like my age. Him and his wife take care of the guy's dad. And the dad is my dad's age. He's 91. Well, my dad's almost 90. And Amy says, Ashley is so beautiful, it hurts my head. Then Amy writes, yes, Mr. Amy's name is Gary. Hey, Gary! You know, Gary's a legendary name around these parts. Gary was the name of that most recently, that Indian guy who was here on the chat, Siyash from India. He was great fun. We tried to hook him up with, on the bet where he comes to America, and then we get him in the same room with Ashley and Amanda, and he flips a coin. And heads is Ashley, tails is Amanda. Whenever it comes up, he has to have sex with him right there. Megan says, I bet I know exactly what video you're talking about. So the guy's like, hey, Pop! And the dad is a former podiatrist, and he's got dementia. And so, Stevie points out Gary from the Men's Warehouse, legendary name. And Amy's husband. So the dude is he lives with his son and his daughter-in-law, and so you know his eggs are a little scrambled. He goes about his day, and they shoot a lot of video of him, and I watch it, and it just reminds me of my dad, and it's pretty heartwarming because Dad's very comfortable, and it's not like I'm not interested in it because I don't know. It's something about it. It's interesting to me. It's very warm and fuzzy. I just love the guy. He's adorable. The old man is so damn cute. You can take this guy's had a great life, podiatrist, wonderful family, his life, and he's winding it down and he's getting taken care of as should be the case. God bless people who do that. And it's a couple of things run through my mind. You can be like a serial killer, but when you're an old man and your brain's fucked up, people still find you charming and cute. Not that this guy was, but I'm just saying there's something to be said about elderly people in the lovability. It's like you're a little child again. I'm not saying that guy's a serial killer. I don't even know why that popped into my fucked up brain, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's remarkable, the life cycle, if you think about it, when they're silly little kids and they're walking around and they're just bumping into shit and then live your life, and then you wind it down in a similar fashion. I mean, in some cases. Other cases, just that's it, you know? But hang on, I got to finish this. It's about 4 degrees too cool. Not happy with that. Anyway, daughter-in-law and son take care of the guy. Take care of the old-timer. And I like it, but it also makes me sad. My dad is, And I had a conversation with Charity Scam Mike the other day. He goes, your dad's getting a lot worse. I go, I know. He goes, what are we going to do? I go, what do you mean, what are we going to do? He's going to die. He's dying. That happens. Yeah, but what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? I go, yeah. Oh, I know. What if? What if? Don't worry about what if. Let's not worry about yesterday. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Let's worry about this exact moment in time. This is a finite ritual. So no matter what is going on, it is not permanent. So we're going to have to put our heads together and figure this out. He goes, well, it's just that, like, they're in that house and Joanne is by herself. And I go, okay. He goes, she won't. I go, well, what if we get them into, like, a facility where they're together? Kind of like an assisted living, not a nursing home, just another place to live. Oh, they won't do that. They won't do that. I go, how do you know? Because she won't. I go, would she be opposed to just visiting, going to the place nearby where they see how they would live, the accoutrements, the amenities that would be at their disposal? How wonderful would that be? You know, people, my mother, God rest her soul, and Wally were the same way. And then they visited one place, and they're like, oh, yes. And they were stoked about that. Okay? Wally's still there to this day. He's busy as hell. You call Wally up. Hey, Wally, what are you doing? Yoga. Call you back. Call him back. Hey, Wally, what are you doing? We golf. Call you back. Better be before 8. It's bedtime. You got it. You know. Hang on, I got burp. It's horrible. I actually unplugged the mic, and it's still stuck there. You ever feel that? Oh. It's going to kill me. It's giving me a headache. Stevie, my mom is in assisted living. She loves it except for the food. They even have a happy hour on Fridays. Exactly. And like some places you have your own kitchen. So you don't have to eat there. You can make whatever you want. Megan says, serious question. Is it a Catholic thing when you say God rest her soul when you talk about someone who has passed away? I feel like you always say that after you mention your mom. No, I picked that up, I think, from just experiences. Not one particular thing. I've just heard other people say it, so it made me think that that's what you say. Oh. Maybe it is. That's a great question. Isn't that about praying for someone in purgatory? I'm guessing that you all know more about this than I do. I had a conversation with somebody the other day and about Holy Redeemer, the Catholic church that we went to for years here. Me, myself, being cradle Catholic, I was born into Catholicism, and now we're kind of like, Hey, I haven't seen you at Mass. And I'm like, and so I just ripped the Band-Aid off. I go, yeah, we don't go to Catholic church anymore. Now, 0 times out of 10, they go, oh, and then change the subject. 10 times out of 10, they ask a one-word question. And that is, why? It's like, well, that's a... Who does that? I would never dream of saying why. Because what if the answer is, because the priest put his dick in my ass? So I'm like, well, I should have thought about this earlier, but it wasn't until it became part of my life that I realized that the church is far too unaccepting of gay people. And that bothers me for many reasons, but my daughter is gay. So that does not jive. If I go to that church that does not accept my daughter, even though they say, oh, all are welcome. It's just, it doesn't work. No, I can't have that. Are you kidding me? You are saying my daughter cannot go there with her transgender lover and get married. Or let's say she was just with another chick. You're saying you can't do it. And that does not compute with me anymore. So now I have to go to the church where it's quite literally, I'm in the minority. Like 2/3 of the parish are guys that have become women and women that have become guys. And or just gay people in general. And you got Diana and I were like, hey, how you doing, gays? Hey, how you doing, transgender people? Here we are. And, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely spectacular. I can't tell you how many women I've hugged with beards. It's awesome. Amy says, can't you just tell them you're on Rumspringa? Ashley says, I got in a huge fight with my ex-mother-in-law saying I believe they should accept gays. And she wanted lightning to strike me down. God. Anyway. Ashley says, this church sounds married. I want to go. Bet they didn't get married at Red Barn or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, how about that place? Old wooden barn. All right. I got to go back in time because earlier today I was reminded about a fantastic story. Tyler referenced it. I don't know if he's here right now. He might be. I don't see him yet. Anyway. When I was discussing with you that Diana, she's quite aroused right now. Her labia is probably puffy right now thinking about your old pal EZ. And with the way my hair looks, I don't blame her. Now, it's going to ultimately result in a letdown for her. But, okay, if I have to. And as I described to you, the medicine is called finasteride. Look it up. Finasteride. Finasteride. It is, I started taking it, and it takes 6 months to reduce the size of my benign prostate hyperplasia. And one of the side effects is it just, it numbs your sex drive. It's just, I'm like the Unsullied now in Game of Thrones, except my ding dong is not actually cut off. And so it's like, oh boy. There's just a little bit of, all right, prior to the medicine, there was a little bit more edge. Like if I needed to get sex, I'd be like, oh God, I gotta go get some sex. Oh Jesus, hey honey. And now it's like, it's like I don't have a third gear anymore. So she says to me, she goes, look, this is what women do when they've been cut off for as long as my poor wife has. Now, if I don't take care of business, she's going to go find it somewhere else. And we just can't have that. So when she says, look, if we don't have sex, my vagina is going to dry up and fall off. I'm like, all right. Gotcha. I'll do my best. I'll muster up the energy and make that happen. Tyler was reminded about when the shoe was on the other foot with your old pal EZ. We were driving home. Car full of kids, EZ, Diana in the front, kids in the back, minivan, Honda Odyssey. Jackie's in the way back. She's probably like 9, 10. And at a light, I thought it would be cute if I opened up that function on the phone where you can like take your finger and draw your message, like actually write it in cursive. Okay. So I wrote the message. And then I hit the button that says send, and then I sent it. And I'm sitting there waiting for Diana to see my amorous message pop up on her phone. You know? It sounds like a fucking bad porno. And then I noticed the phone doesn't light up. Her phone does not light up. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I didn't send it. Then I noticed that in my rearview mirror, I can see the back seat kind of illuminates. Like a phone is going, like has turned on because there's like a message. And that's correct. It's because the nasty message is now on Jackie's phone. So she sees it and she goes, "Want some dink?" Question mark. "Want some dink?" I go, "Oh, no, I know what's up." I go, "Oh, what? You sent me a message, Dad." No. What is dink? "Want some dink?" And Diana's like, "What the fuck? What is going on?" I go, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Weird. Glitch in the Matrix. "Want some dink?" And then like Jim's looking at it. "What is it? Let me see it." Oh, fucking shit. He's going to yell out dick. I'm just waiting to hear. That doesn't say "want some dink." It says "want some dick." Oh, God damn. Like, holy shit. Madison's all goo goo gaga. She hasn't even turned into a lesbian yet. She's in a fucking car seat, and the kid's like, "Hey, what is Dad writing to me? I don't know. What the fuck? He wants some dink." Pull in the garage. My heart's beating out of my chest. I'm sweating bullets. Fucking shit. Get out of here. Get out. That's where it ended. It just faded away into the ether. Forget it happened. Tyler asked the question, has Jackie ever heard about this after the fact? I don't think so. And I don't want her to. So fuck off. Cannot imagine. Speaking of my lesbian daughter, Madison, she thinks it's hysterical when I talk like that. When I use terms like that. Well, since you became a lesbian. Well, yeah, but now you're one of the gays. She thinks it's hysterical. Went over and saw her yesterday. Listen to this. The things we do for our kids. She has this piece of shit Accord. Got the snow tires put on it. She's got my truck. I drove all the way to Holland to give her car back. Here you go. Here's your car. Give me mine. She's still a kid. I swear to God. A lot of young people these days still act like this, even though she's 21. When you're 21 in 2024, you're like, you still have 10-year-old tendencies. Now, when EZ is 21 in 1991, that's like I'm 35. All right. But nowadays, it's not the same. I mean, shit. Getting married at like 35 years old is considered young. I get into the fucking truck. In the passenger seat, she's got a big fucking avocado squishmallow with its seatbelt on. Like she put the fucking seatbelt on the squishmallow. This huge fucking squishmallow. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not even real. Ugh. Anyway. The comedians have been announced for the event locally known as Laugh Fest. Laugh Fest. It benefits Gilda's Club, which is like accommodations for family members when you're going through cancer treatment, right? So they have all these big stars that show up there, and then you pay to see the comics, and then you raise a bunch of money for Gilda's Club. Of course, the comics don't come cheap. They got to pay the acts. They're not doing it for free. And over the years, they've had some gigantic names at Laugh Fest. Let's put it this way. Before he became a rapist, Bill Cosby was at Laugh Fest. It was huge. Anthony Jeselnik, I remember. Been a lot of great acts over the years that have appeared at Laugh Fest. This year is not one of them. Now, maybe I'm just out of the loop. Okay. This sounds like a big fat pile of shit. Okay, let me see if I can get this story going, which I don't know if I can. I think I can. I hope I can. It starts, let's see, when does it happen? Laugh Fest happens now through March 8th, I believe. Actually, the first show starts on March 6th. Linda is here. I'll be talking about you shortly. Don't worry. I won't give away the key point of our little secret that we have together. But I have an update on Linda and Ari Zane's sex agent. Audio check. Video check. Okay, now we got to sit through 25 seconds of a commercial. I'm so sorry. I am incredibly not prepared here. I'll get to it in a second. I promise you. And then after I finish that, I need to go into detail. Well, not a lot of detail, some detail about what is going on with our beloved Linda. For those of you that don't know, during the free podcast, Linda, it's obvious she's not to be trifled with when it comes to potential mates, I guess.
Live desk.
And good morning, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. Well, after much anticipation, the headliners and performing acts for Laugh Fest 2024 have officially been announced. You can find the full list and dates right now over on our website, woodtv.com. But to kind of give you a preview of those names and what you can expect at this year's festival, we are now being joined once again by Hannah Dayton with Gilda's Club Grand Rapids. Hannah, thank you so much for stopping by once again.
Thank you so much for having us on. We're really excited that the lineup has finally been announced, and we can't wait to share it all with you.
Of course. I'm actually going to put up a graphic right now, just some of the headliners. You can see right now we've got Josh Johnson, Piff.
I don't know any of those people. Tammy Pescatelli, Josh Johnson, Piff the Magic Dragon. I did read about him. I guess he was on America's Got Talent. And Dimitri Martin.
Piff the Magic Dragon.
I have no idea.
Dimitri Martin, Tammy Pescatelli. A lot of big names here, Hannah. How do you feel about the lineup this year as far as the headliners go?
We're really excited to be.
Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys know this, because I'm not a big fan of fucking comedy in the first place. Because as you all know, there's no one on the planet that's funnier than me. All right? No one. So I don't really find any of that. All right? To be any of those to be funny. Meanwhile, maybe there's something that I'm missing here. Ashley says Dimitri is the guy who draws. All right. I guess what I'm getting at is you kind of got to have at least one name, like big name, to be there. You've got the Laugh Fest night of Stars. Okay. Laugh Fest night at the museum. All right. If you say so. Drums for All with Josh Dunnigan. Okay. Clean comedy showcase and dinner. That'll suck. Laughter prescription symposium. No, thanks. Clean comedy showcase again with dinner. No, thanks. Mel Brooks silent movie. Nope. Karaoke. Okay. In the key of comedy, a musical improv. I hate improv. Improv sucks. Pop Scholars. BattleBots, the improv comedy showcase. Dimitri Martin looks like a flake. Sorry. River City Improv looks like shit. The Dirty Show. Okay, if you say so. The best of the best. Nope. What's going on here? What has happened to Laugh Fest? How about this one? Cancer Survivor Showcase. So I guess these 6 people have had cancer and they're comedians. This is Adam Deggy, very dear friend of mine. Very funny. I think right now the biggest name is Adam Deggy. Whoever made this piece of art for the publicity, this is horrible. This looks like Patrick's fucking photoshops that he does for Big Fraud Saturday. I mean, this poor guy, his head is so angled out, it looks like he had cancer of the head. This guy's so fucked up looking. He looks like he actually hasn't survived cancer. I like his hair, though. Okay, so I guess we got a bunch of weirdos who will be performing, with the exception of Adam, at the Cancer Survivors Showcase. Well, that sounds like a fucking laugh a minute. Hey, come on out! Let's bring some more people out who've been battling cancer. Kevin says, I've, holy shit, Piff the Magic Dragon. Are you saying that like it's a big name? Or like I should know it? Have I mentioned how good my hair looks today? See, Patrick, what a comment that is. Once I started listening to the show, I quit listening to comedy. Perfect. All right. This portion of the show is an update on radio voice Linda and the aggressive moment that happened today. Now, as a sex agent, all I can do is advise and put my clients into a fertile environment to make it so that their genitals merge with someone. That's all I do. I've had some good stories and some bad stories. I failed to get Coach Rob, love with Jamie, who is my wife's, our pal. She said, no. But I'm like, how could you not? He's fucking handsome. He's upwardly mobile. He is exuberant, energetic, robust. He has health care, dental coverage. He is very far advanced in his educational career. He's the type of educator who, though he works in public education, all right, I'm guessing he makes north of $100,000. And that's not easy in education. Summers off. Our age. He's like, I would love to see a picture of Linda. I get the picture. I sent it yesterday at 4 p.m. I discussed that part on the show. Free podcast. Linda goes bonkers and says, and by the way, Chris says he goes by Coach. Enough said. Well, I called him that. He doesn't go by that. He goes by Rob. Linda is turned off by the fact that he didn't get the email and immediately hit reply. And so she said, nope, I'm out. Fuck him. Her words. fuck that guy. Some of you other hens jumped in and furthered her along. Not all of you, though. Not all of you, though. I said, well, wait a minute now. Look, as your agent, all right, I can't, I can only facilitate, but I can encourage you to wait. Give him 24 hours. Come on. The multi-talented Rebecca, she's one of your kind. She said, I'd wait, Linda. And Linda said, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm a goddamn queen. If I send my picture, you better hit reply 1 second after you get it. Fuck that. Fuck him. Fuck off. I go, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I'm out. All right. I wrote to my man. Hang on, I can't find it now. And I can't even give all of this away. There's some shit this is fucking ridiculous. One day we can tell the tale. Ari Zane, sex agent here. Linda is out. I'm simply telling you what she told me. As your sex agent, I must relay these messages to you. She said, since you did not respond right away to the image that I sent you, she is out. She said, if you were interested, you would have responded right away. So she said, quote, fuck that guy. Those are her words, not mine. I will continue to search for ladies for you to put your ding dong inside of as your sex agent. Now, he did follow up. Now, I'm going to keep the major plot point out of this per his request. But he did say this. I am sorry that she feels that way, but let me explain my slow response. He did give me permission to pass what I can't tell you on to Linda. He then says, I apologize if I made her feel bad about my slow response. That was not my intent. Which is what I said. Thank you for making me laugh daily. I passed it along to Linda. And I wrote, incoming. I text her, I go, there's an incoming email. And it's going to rock your fucking world. And it did. It did. You would think, why am I here? If what I suggest just gets overruled. All I suggested was wait. Wait. But no. Fuck him. Fuck you. Unbelievable. Linda, okay. She cooled her jets pretty goddamn quick. And she's like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Now I feel bad. And I'm like, you're goddamn right you feel bad, you dumb fuck. I passed it along to Rob. I go, Rob, buddy, she feels terrible. He goes, it's okay, EZ. I get it. Pass along. I'm going to contact her myself now that I have her email. I'm like, okay, buddy. I reach out to Linda. I wrote, dear dumb fuck. Incoming from Rob. Despite your shithead attitude. I didn't necessarily write that, but I'm saying it now. Oh, my God. No questions. I'm getting lots of questions. Lots of questions that I will not confirm or deny. All I know is that she should have waited That's all. No, but Hyper Linda. Can I just get the majority of the audience to not freak out? Okay? I mean, here we are on Wednesday. Wouldn't it be nice if we just had a group of people who just smiled and went, no sweat off my back. No problem. No problem. We'll take it easy. No problem. Hey, whatever, man. Yeah. Can we just get that? Look, 3 people know about this. The agent, Rob, and Linda. That's it. Holy shit. Let me just put it to you this way. Gung Ho Linda is now that big. Teeny weeny. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Ugh. Well, that's the update. That is all I can tell you right now. But all you need to, the most important thing here is Linda will be experiencing an email from my boy Rob very soon. And I love Rob. Linda's trying to pass the buck that Maureen was encouraging her. Sure, pass it off to Maureen. Pass it off to like an 85-year-old woman who isn't even in her right mind. Nice job. God damn. Oh, this is great. When you and Rob get married, I can't wait to tell this story. Either at your wedding or your eulogy. So fantastic. You're such a dick. You're one of the biggest assholes in America right now. My God. That is my time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, no one in America has better hair, and no one in America is funnier. For the 14 of you that are enjoying this live, if you know, you know. Till next time, have a good one, and bye-bye. Welcome into the Eric St. Show podcast on Patreon. I'm starting the show without my headphones on so that you all can see my hair without, like, headphones on. That's very important. I mean, I want to make sure that you get the full sensory complement of what is going on here. Incredible good looks with the most perfect hair that has ever existed. Now, this is a new weapon to my repertoire. To have, it's King's Room. I look at that. It's absolutely fucking perfect. Look at that. King's Room Barbershop. I said to them, look, Kelly Ripa's husband. No, not Kelly Ripa. Who's the? Oh, no, it was Sandra Bullock's husband / boyfriend died. And when they were showing the pictures of him, I was like, my God, look at his hair. It's awesome. So I took the picture of the dead guy and I brought it to the folks over at King's Room Barbershop, Andy. And I said, look, buddy, you got to make my hair look like this dead guy's. So that's it. That's all I've done. And he took care of everything else. So I want all of you to take a screenshot of me right now and then take it to King's Room and say, this is what, even you ladies, your hair needs to look like EZ. You will be the best looking chicks ever if your hair looks like EZ. I'm very, very happy. All right. That's enough of that. I need to put on my headphones because the one thing that I like to do, in addition to looking at my own hair, is hearing my own voice. Come on! Even if I'm having some type of issue with this piece of equipment. Linda says, quote, my hair looks better than a dead guy. That's true. Ron Burgundy, quote, everyone come take a look at how good my hair looks. As we get started, you're going to need an update from the Too Much Information Department about my sex life. First of all, let's go over the side effects of finasteride. Treats BPH by blocking the body's production of a male hormone that causes the prostate to enlarge. Also, finasteride treats male pattern hair loss by blocking the body's production of a male hormone in the scalp that stops hair growth. So if I was losing my hair, that would be great. Like Free Beer. If he took finasteride, he would be able to stop his hair loss so that he stops looking like a white blonde version of Worf from Star Trek The Next Generation. From the Mayo Clinic. Along with its needed effects, this medicine may cause some unwanted effects, although not all of these side effects may occur. If they do, they may need medical attention. More common. Chills? Nope. Cold sweats? Confusion? Nope. Dizziness, faintness, or lightheadedness when getting up suddenly from a lying or sitting position. I had that before the medicine. None of, okay, this is, more common. Decreased interest in sexual intercourse. Okay. I was at a point in my life before I started to take this medicine where if I was eating a roast beef sandwich, I'd get a boner. Now it's like, Inability to have or keep an erection. That is not a problem. I can still get a boner. It's still there. I still got it. Loss in sexual ability, desire, drive, or performance. That goes hand in hand with the decreased interest in sexual intercourse. I've just lowered the intensity. Like I said to you yesterday, I had I can't get up to the higher gears anymore. I'm like, But this one is the one that takes the cake. Decreased amount of semen. My nut juice is like non-existent. I mean, before I started taking this medicine, I was like, it was everywhere, man. Walls, the dog. Oh, my God. You couldn't even tell there was a person underneath that pile. Jesus. It looked like snow on titties or snow on mountains. It was awful. Well, no, it was good. I mean, it was great. And Diana, okay, now she's like, oh, yeah, give it to me. And it's like there's nothing. It's just like this, maybe a little clear dribble. Just like, it's ridiculous. So now I'm fearful that she's going to leave me. Two days ago, actually yesterday morning, she put the demand. She goes, if we don't have sex, my vagina's going to dry up and fall off. Now, this is a complete opposite. For the first 34 years and 9 months of our relationship, I was saying that. The guy he's always ready to have sex. And now the shoe is on the other foot. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like she could come up to me nude with a totally puffed out labia. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Hey, I'm going to go shovel the snow. It has taken away some of my essence of the man that I am. Now, I know I make up for it with my hair. Okay? That alone is reason enough for someone to want to spend the rest of their life with me. The hair alone. Just another new amazing feature of the Maserati that is known as EZ. Hang on, I got to drink this. She says, well, how long do you have to take this medicine for? And I said, forever. Or have the prostate removed. And I don't know how they do that. They might go through your dick hole. If that's the case, I mean, my prostate is big. Like I said yesterday, it's the size of an Australian rules football. I can't imagine. I mean, it looked like a scene when you see like one of those African anacondas when it like eats a deer. It would look like that as they're yanking that thing out of there. So I don't know. I'm not too thrilled about that, but I will see my urologist soon enough. And I need some insight here. I mean, my wife wants some sex. Now, if they can remove the prostate, that means I don't take the medicine anymore because I have no prostate to shrink. However, still, there is no dick icing for sure. Basically, either through the medicine or removing the prostate, my dick sugar is pretty much gone. Okay? My pearly white yogurt slinger nectar cannon is no longer a thing. So yesterday, Diana comes home from work, and I've prepared myself. I said, the woman needs dick, okay? And I'm going to give it to her. I put the dogs away. She comes walking in. She's in the mudroom, still got her Stanley Cup in her hand. She got her lunch bag in the other. And what did I do? Of course, I'm wearing sweats. I immediately pulled them down to my knees, and I said, let's go. Now, I did not have a boner, but we'll take care of that later. And she goes, I got to go to work at the Y. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you said your vagina's going to fall off. I'm here to help you. I got to go to work. All right. Pulled up my pants and, I don't know, walked around. Give it to the dogs to use as a chew toy, referring to my prostate gland. Maureen says, get rid of that prostate. You'll be knocked out anyway. No worries. Linda says, they don't go through your ding-dong, but the incisions are around it. Ugh. My hands just started to ache because I felt wheezy just from reading that. Stevie says, get the damn thing taken out easy. They might go through the belly button like an appendectomy or a hysterectomy. Stevie says no one really needs semen unless you really want a baby. No, that's exactly right. It's just the prostate is just there to, transport the semen from my testicles. No, the sperm from my testicles into the womb. And I'm not making babies anymore, so that's totally fine. So, basically, after a normal sexual intercourse engagement prior to this issue, Diana's womb is packed full like a fucking puffer fish. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you push on her belly after I get done, it's like fucking toaster strudel juice flying right out of that thing. Anyway. Matthew says it went from a yogurt cannon to a runny nose. Megan just walked in. I was describing to her my prostate issues. Stevie says, yeah, welcome, Megan. Yeah, so I just wanted to update you that Diana wanted sex. I went to give it to her, and she said, I got to go to work. I took the long way in telling the story, but that's where we are right now. Decreased libido from finasteride and very little to none when it comes to semen production. Those are the key side effects. All right? So no more bukkake videos from your old pal EZ going forward. And I know that that's a real bummer for some of you. I'm just kidding. I've never made a bukkake video. Some of you don't even know what that is. And that's a good thing. You shouldn't. It's a deviant, horrible thing is what that is. All right. But, honestly, me describing my personal issues with you, it makes me less fucked up. Because, I've got it out there for the world. And then if I'm talking about it, I don't feel as bad about it mentally. Because, honestly, I feel like less of a man. What's that song by Stone Temple Pilots? I'm half the man I used to be. Half the man I think that's Stone Temple Pilots, isn't it? How about that guy? What a fucking idiot. Tyler says, obviously it varies, but that procedure can remove the problematic part of the prostate that is pinching the urethra, not the entire prostate. Oh. Okay. Either way, I got to see my doc. Got to figure this out. This is a still image that you're seeing here, totally different topic, of these two little kids. This is a brother and his little sister. And they're trying to come into America. Every time that flags unfurled, they come into America. Today, my country, 'tis of thee. Today, sweet land of liberty. Neil Diamond. These two here, yeah, they're on the Mexican side. And on the other side of this razor wire, that if you even look at it, it'll maim you, is America. Now, if you happen to get through the razor wire, this guy right here, he's going to shoot you. These two little threatening children who are scared to death. That's all they want to do. These two little beautiful Mexicans want to come into the United States so that they can, can you imagine that? What a terrifying thing to have to experience at age 4 and 7? A little 7-year-old buddy taking care of his little sister here. Well, the Supreme Court ruled recently and said to Governor Abbott, the fucking idiot in the wheelchair who is the governor of Texas, and said, hey, asshole, take down the razor wire. All right? You can't do that anymore. The Supreme Court of the land said, that's it. No more of this bullshit. Take down your stupid razor wire. And that's the end of it. Abbott says no. And the court says, fuck you, you handicapped asshole. You absolutely have to. He says, no, we're not going to do it. We have decided that since we are the law of the land in Texas, we are going to break from the Supreme Court's decision and say that it is in self-defense. We are keeping up the razor wire. At least that's what he wants to say. He hasn't quite said it yet, but he's getting there. To keep these animal Mexicans out of the great state of Texas. Okay? Now, you know me. I would take down all the razor wire, all the walls. I'd take all those resources and build a big fucking hotel out of it so that when they get to that point, they can recover. And then we have various employment agencies and companies that want to find placement for these people in all the different wonderful parts of the United States. We treat them like the heroes that they are and get them to these communities throughout the United States to work in whatever industry that they want to work in. They're given asylum. They're given Social Security numbers. They are given everything that they should as citizens of the United States. They come in, they start earning, they start paying their taxes, they support our infrastructure. Oh my God, it's a wonderful utopia. I'm so happy that on day one of my term as president, I will do that. Nick writes, the decision was to allow Border Patrol to cut or remove it. I'm getting there. Settle down. Settle down. Governor Abbott issued a statement on Texas's constitutional right to self-defense because he's defending himself again from these two little kids. To resist the high court's order, including 3 state representatives from Houston. These 3 representatives from the Houston area that are Republicans have said to Texas, look, we want you to defy the Supreme Court's order to let the Biden administration cut concertina wire, I think that's how you say it, that Texas has strung out along the border. Abbott says, bullshit, it's self-defense, which this could be the beginning of what's known as a constitutional crisis. States taking it upon themselves to enforce things that are not enforceable. Now, the last time this happened was when racist assholes in various southern states decided that they did not want black people to go to school with white people. So they would get the National Guard or whatever the fuck, or the local authorities, and try to block that from happening. It was largely a ceremonial thing. Basically, the states were going kicking and screaming into integrating the schools. That was the last time you had this type of quote-unquote constitutional crisis, if this does go the way it is, because they would be defying the Supreme Court. So it's remarkable that Texas is like, yep, this is what we're going to do, which is, I mean, if you think about it, it's actually just as bad as saying no to integrating the schools, which is an incredibly horrible moment in American history when people were saying, no, we can't allow the blacks and the whites to get together. Now, in a similar way, they're saying, no, we can't allow these filthy Mexicans and these 2 little kids to come into the United States. How fucking awful is that? Jesus Christ. Abbott has not yet indicated that he will fully defy the Supreme Court's order. But state representatives Tom Oliverson from Houston, Steve Toth from Conroe, and Briscoe Kane from Deer Park attacked the high court's decision. Kane quoted President Andrew Jackson by saying, the Supreme Court has made their decision. Now let's see them enforce it. Motherfucker, if I'm Joe Biden, if they don't do exactly as they say, I would order an airstrike. I would absolutely say, okay, all you Mexicans, I want you to back up 1 mile, and anyone else, you've got till sundown, and we are going to launch an airstrike and move in with the full might of our military. The border of Texas is going to play the part of Gaza, and we are going to play the part of Israel. And we are going to fuck all of you fucking asshole Texans right in the asshole. That's what I would do. The last time, according to this, was Brown versus Board of Education that this happened. The Supreme Court did not take it kindly and issued a unanimous decision in Cooper versus Aaron, explaining that the states need to follow its constitutional rulings. As to the Biden administration's options if Texas defies the Supreme Court's ruling, quote, they can nationalize the Texas National Guard, which is what happened in Arkansas when Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was standing around watching those black kids get intimidated. When the governor there tried to defy court orders to allow individuals who were black to be able to attend white schools. Little Rock, 1957. Fucking A. In the years that have passed since the first time the Buffalo Bills went wide right on a field goal to win the Super Bowl, a lot has changed. The kicker at the time was Scott Norwood. The Buffalo Bills were about to win the Super Bowl against the New York Giants. This is like 89, 90. It doesn't matter. And they lined up to win the goddamn Super Bowl, and the asshole kicker missed it, and it went wide right. That was the first of many, many heartbreaks for Buffalo. They lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Some of you forget that or just didn't know it. Can you imagine getting to the Super Bowl for 4 straight years and you fuck it up every year? After that guy fucked it up, the Buffalo fans went ape shit. All right. Now, again, this is the late 1980s, early 1990s. I got to know. Date of Scott Norwood wide right. Okay, it was January 27th, 1991. In fact, if you are in Western New York and you actually happen to utter wide right, you'll be shunned. You won't be able to take your money out of banks. You won't be able to rent a home. You'll be evicted. You can't buy a home. You can't go to the schools if you say wide right. Norwood, they went to his home shortly thereafter. The locals burst in. They had torches and pitchforks. They dragged the kids out of the bed. They dragged Norwood out and his wife. And they made them watch while the Buffalo residents dismembered the children on the front lawn. Big news story. Then everyone in Buffalo had sex with Norwood's wife and made him watch. And then they drowned her. She was dead. Stu McAllister was actually there. He participated. He helped dismember the children, and he had sex with Scott Norwood's wife. Norwood is still alive today, but they cut off his feet. He's a homeless person that has to shuffle around on the bottom of his legs, and it's horrible. Strangely enough, he still does have the ability to kick, despite him just basically bashing his shin against the ball. He can still kick a 30 or 40-yard field goal. Now, a couple of those details are a little fuzzy. I forget the whole story, so some of that might be a little bit weird, but that's the way it is. 99% of that is true. The kicker for the Buffalo Bills this past game, what the fuck is his name? Ronnie Bass. Isn't Ronnie Bass the guy in Remember the Titans? Tyler Bass. Tyler Bass, he lines up in Buffalo to tie the playoff game on this week, Sunday. And as sure as luck would have it, that asshole kicks it wide right. And everybody in the state, you saw, they were crying. Like, oh, God, oh, my God, oh, Jesus Christ, fucking shit. Well, after the game, Scott Norwood himself, the guy who got his feet cut off, his wife's dead, and his kids are dismembered. He is now with the fans. So he urges Buffalo fans to, in fact, do to the kicker, Tyler Bass, what they did to him and worse. All right? This is all true. Now, this is where it gets even more strange. Bass loves cats. And if you were to go to his social media, he's constantly got his kitty cat with him. This is proof positive that the world is changing. Because he was not harmed, though most of the people in Buffalo wanted to kill him. And he's not going to be harmed. because Taylor fucking Swift has come out from the woodwork and is throwing her support to Tyler Bass. And she is encouraging her Swifties, who are more formidable than any army on the planet, to protect Tyler Bass. Now, this is incredible. This is how far we've come. You think I'm lying? Like I said, 99% of what I've just told you is true. How Swifties are rallying behind Bills kicker Tyler Bass after he received threats over Chiefs' loss. He'd be dead if it weren't for her. And by the way, that is a stunning picture of her. She's one of those women who, at about 56 years old, that's when she's going to be the hottest. Yeah. So because of Taylor Swift, it's all going to work out for this guy. Let's see. Her dedicated and loyal following has rallied around Bass with kindness, even organizing financial support for a Western New York area animal adoption organization and an animal shelter that Tyler Bass used to work at. Okay. The long, rich history of Tyler Bass. This is how he became a kicker in the NFL. He used to work at the shelter, and he accidentally kicked a small dog, and the dog flew like 60 yards. And somebody who works for the Bills happened to be there adopting a pet, said, Jesus Christ, you can kick, I bet you could kick a football a mile. And he goes, fuck yeah, let me see you do that again. So he kicked like a Shih Tzu, and that fucker flew 65 yards, went over a road, never to be seen again. The guy's kicking these animals great distances. That's how they signed him. So now he's giving back. Hey, Swifties. So the Bills kicker clearly had a bad day on Sunday, but we all have bad days, and absolutely no one deserves the threats he was receiving. So here's where we can come into play. He supports a local cat rescue in New York, and they rely solely on donations. If you have any extra money and want to show some Swiftie love to, here's where you can do so. It's also Olivia's birthday, so what better way to honor one of our favorite cats, they added, referencing one of Swift's beloved feline companions. Oh, my God. Take a look at this. See, this is the guy right here. This is the kicker. I said kicked her. That's what he did to the animals. There's a picture going viral of this kicker, Tyler Bass, with his cat. There he is. Tyler Bass had to deactivate his social media accounts due to shitty people messaging him death threats over last night's game. Those are more than death threats. Okay. So this has really turned positive for the local animal shelter. I can't say that Tyler Bass's life will be saved. Matthew says he was trying to kick the dog into the cage, but he missed it wide right. Dog didn't make it. I was getting to that. Yes. Just before he signed that contract with the Bills, he did. He kicked the chocolate lab, and that was big because a dog weighs like 70 pounds. Dog flew wide right, got hit by a bus. Tyler writes about how the Bills had to adopt hundreds of puppies for him to practice on while he transitioned to kicking footballs. Yeah, kind of a messy part of the story. I didn't want to really get into that, but yes. In Orchard Park, New York, where the Bills train. Like they have that concussion tent. The Bills have it's called the dead puppy tent. And they take the puppies and then they basically put a stake through them so that they're still, and then he kicks the puppy. And the puppy goes flying into a million pieces. It's incredible. But he would build strength up by kicking these puppies. And in there, it's like it's a slaughterhouse is what it is. It's horrible. Bills then basically said, all right, let's see if he can kick a field goal. He couldn't do it, so they put an actual face of a puppy on the ball. He kicked the fuck out of the ball. The ball blew up in a million pieces. Incredibly powerful leg. All right. Now, for me, I think they should do what happened to Norwood and his family because this guy has kicked so many animals to death. The 10 Lives Club also shared a statement defending Bass and citing the support from Swifties. We stand with Tyler Bass. Don't bully our friend. We just heard the terrible news that Tyler Bass is receiving threats. So they want you to send $22 to the 10 Lives Club in Tyler's name. Now, since Swift is the most powerful person on the planet, the organization has so much money that every cat gets a gold fucking collar. They're worth billions of dollars in just 2 or 3 days. I don't know what's going to happen to Tyler Bass, if he'll be kicking footballs anymore. If I were him, I would just leave, you know. If you are going to kick anywhere, don't do it in Buffalo. It might end up killing you. Godspeed to Tyler Bass. And Godspeed to all those animals that he killed. Folks, that's my time. I appreciate you so much. Till next time, have a good one. Talk to you tomorrow. It's our last weekday show before the NFC Championship game. My God, I can't even believe the words that I'm saying. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, hello. Hello to you all. How are you? How are you? Welcome into the Patreon bonus podcast with your old pal Easy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. I don't say it enough, but thank you. I appreciate you all very much. I just uploaded a cameo for the first time in a while. No one has called upon your old pal Easy to do a cameo. I don't talk about those enough. I'm not as good as, let's say, a Vince Neil.
Hey Jim, Vince Neil here. Hey buddy, have a Miley Christmas and a happy crew year. And 2020 is a all new beginning. So keep rocking.
Now I like that. I mean, that's short. Have a motley Christmas and a happy crew year. I think the next one, he's kind of intoxicated, though.
So give me... Hey, Decker, this is Vince Neil. Hey, I want to say, happy...
I think he wanted to say, hey, boy, and pussy. He said, hey, wussy. Is that what you heard, too?
So give me... Hey, Decker, this is Vince Neil. Hey, I want to say, happy birthday, brother. This is actually from Christian, Mom, Ethan, and Blake. So keep on rocking, shout the devil, and do some feel good stuff at 4.
It sounds like he burped there. Do some feel good stuff.
And big old 4-0, you man. All right.
A big old 4-0, you man. All right.
See you later. Shout. Hey, Jake, this is Vince Neil from Motley Crue. Hey, buddy, just want to wish you a very happy birthday on New Year's Eve. And this is from Jess, Veronica, and Itchy. So have a great birthday and take care, man. We'll see you soon. Keep rocking.
And make sure you get some girls. And if you see a girl, say, hey, girl, don't go away mad. Say, girl, just go away. All right, let's get to this shit then. I was going to save it for later, but no, let's do it now. Let's get after the stupid cameo. Adam Balboa, the world's biggest Rocky fan, reached out to me and said, look, I want you to sing fucking karaoke Eye of the Tiger, which is like from the Rocky soundtrack. You know, I mean, like when he's training to fight Clubber or whatever. I'd probably say it all here. It's going to be so embarrassing. Hello. This is Eric's cameo for Adam. who is a big Rocky fan, and I give him shit about it all the time, and he wants me to sing Eye of the Tiger, cameo style, for him. It's totally embarrassing what I have to do for a few fucking scraps. Sure, I got this right. Come on. Great song. No, it's not. It's a garbage song. This is like the Rocky song, you know? When he beat Mr. T. I don't know. I can't hit this note. Here it comes. Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. Oh. So many times it happens too fast. Oh my God. You change your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. I can't pick a key. The eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Ha ha! Face to face, out in the heat. All right. There's no fucking way I'm going to play all that shit, Adam. Fuck you. There you go. That's as much as you're going to get. Kuipers has the emoji of a person puking. I love that. That is accurate. Amy says Bosco's needs karaoke. You know, they do, but you see, you got a small room like that, kind of eats into the table space, and it's so close. You know, everybody, I don't know, maybe. That's a Doug thing. All right. Anyway, there you go. Let's get into the story about Vince McMahon. The story broke yesterday that he is facing a lawsuit. A woman says that Vince trafficked her, like brought, as far as I understand, I'm getting bits and pieces of this at a time. Janelle Grant apparently hired her, said, all right, you have sex with me and I'll pay you, or something like that. And now the texts have leaked that of nasty shit that this guy has said. Midst of a shocking scandal, came to light he had secretly paid a staggering $3 million in hush money. Revelation marked a turning point, ultimately leading to McMahon's retirement from the company he had been instrumental in building, because I remember he stepped down. However, McMahon's legal troubles did not stop there, as he now faces an even more set of disturbing allegations related to leaked text messages. As reported by the Wall Street Journal yesterday, a woman who had previously reached a settlement with Vince has recently filed a lawsuit that centers around the content of those text messages. The lawsuit not only implicates McMahon, but also targets the company itself and a former executive, all accused of involvement in a scandalous exchange of messages. The plaintiff, Janelle Grant, a former employee at the WWE headquarters, alleges that the leaked texts reveal a deeply troubling pattern of behavior during McMahon's tenure as a chief executive. According to Grant, the text messages lay bare McMahon's explicit and coercive language as he pressured her into engaging in intimate activities with other men, including a physical therapist named Laurinaitis. These shocking messages, she contends, paint a disturbing picture of her experience under McMahon's leadership. Grant's legal battle takes a unique turn as she seeks to use these leaked text messages as evidence to invalidate a non-disclosure agreement she signed back in 2022. So she got the $3 million, signed the non-disclosure agreement. Now she's saying the leaked text messages are evidence that invalidate the non-disclosure agreement. So, furthermore, she is pursuing unspecified financial damages, claiming that McMahon ceased making payments as previously agreed upon. Vince finds himself entangled in a legal quagmire that revolves around the leaked text messages. Hold on a second here. I want to make sure I'm not playing audio that is fucking wrong. Adam Balboa says thanks. Yeah, I hope you like it. Play it for Chris, who I met yesterday, your pal. These messages have become a centerpiece of the evidence. Back in February of 2021, McMahon directed Ms. Grant to arrange a schedule for other men, including physical therapists and the person known as Laurinaitis, to engage in intimate activities with her. A request that Ms. Grant tried to resist, as you can see from the screenshot below. Now, this is rough. I'm just going to warn you. The blue text is the chick. The gray text is Vince. Vince, who's like 75 years old, says, exactly, baby. He's not the only one. Blank called me this afternoon begging to eat you and fuck you with his nice and hard dick. Chick writes, give me another week, baby, and I'll be ready. I'm feeling more like myself. It's not great, but it's getting better. Tell him soon. Vince responds with, I already told him, baby. By the way, Johnny wants Tuesdays, but not this coming one, and the occasional Saturday, but maybe I can shift it to Thursday nights. Johnny would like all of the above. So it's like he's scheduling sex. Is that what I'm understanding? Around March 6, 2021, a second threesome involving McMahon, Laurinaitis, and Ms. Grant took place. McMahon consistently pressured Ms. Grant to engage in sexual activities with him and her new boss, Laurinaitis, both inside and outside the office. In a message on March 22nd, 2021, Vince wrote, do you promise to make me proud, baby? Will you show him what a porno star you can be? Will you show off for me like never before? And on days when he's in town, I want him to fuck you every morning and later in the office too. This is like an employee. All right. There's more, but enough. Oh, my God. There's references to big black dicks and squirting loads of jizz. And oh, my God. In 2022, Grant signed a non-disclosure agreement with Vince. Wait a minute. I guess he supposedly threatened her with her job at some point or referenced it. So that's what she's claiming. In 2022, Janelle Grant signed a non-disclosure agreement with Vince, who agreed to pay her $3 million. So, my God, on January 25th, 2024, 2 days ago, Grant filed a lawsuit stating Vince only made a payment of $1 million. The lawsuit also includes accusations against McMahon and others regarding sexual assault. So this is ugly. This is really ugly. Whenever, tough to say. I mean, this might have been like the typical trafficking scenario. This all started supposedly when this chick was down on her luck, and Vince approached her and said, "Hey, you can work for me here with the WWF." And she's like, "Well, really?" This is according to her. And then after getting the job, he opened the door for the relationship. God, that's really gross. He's so gross. My God. Megan says he's an HR nightmare. Maureen says he's going to be rich. Isn't there a Mrs. McMahon? Here she is, young, and here he is, old. Enough said. That's fucked. God damn. Well, anyway. If you're a wrestling fan, there you go. You can hang your head on that. Isn't wrestling going to Netflix now? Doesn't that have everybody a buzz? Wrestling going to Netflix. Oh, my God. There's a story that I want to get to about comedian Mark Norman, who's really funny. Fantastic. Mark Norman is one of Ben Glaze's all-time favorites, in fact. He was on stage just the other day, and watch what happened. All right, here you go. He's on stage, and the oddest damn thing happens. As a guy comes walking in, if you're just listening to the audio podcast, guy comes walking in from the crowd and stands right next to him. I'll explain it afterwards. Hold on a second. I will make sure I got the audio. I'm always concerned that it's not there. It wouldn't have been there. It wouldn't have worked. I'm so glad I didn't go with it. You know me.
Buddy. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Hey, how are you? What do we got? A migrant here? Hey, what's going on? Oh, jeez. Everything all right? Just want to make sure everybody's good here. What's going on? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Hey. Anything can happen at a comedy show.
Okay, so guy walks on stage, stands next to Norman. 3 other people approach him and say, time to go, and they grab him, and they walk him out.
That was some kind of weird swinger sex party thing. Oh, God, somebody got tased.
All right, he's trying to laugh it off.
Oh, boy. Oh, wait, what? I really...
About a minute later, the MC comes on. Actually, 2 people who are security come walking up to Mark Norman.
Froze there. I went to Mitch McConnell. All right. Okay.
So then they lead Mark Norman off the stage. And there's like 2 or 3 people following him. People are like, what's fucking something bad's going on. Mark Norman walks out of the club. Okay. Everybody's confused. People start getting up.
Guys, everything's fine.
The MC comes back.
We just had a momentary interruption. Just get up, get out the taping. Guys, please.
Can we get out or what?
Cut the camera.
Yeah, I'm one of the producers of the show. Yeah, we just need everybody to get out, please. Mark's not coming back. Nice and slow. Everything's fine, but...
Got any photos or video of what just happened?
Okay. There was an edit somewhere in there, so it wasn't as fast as what we just saw. But very, very confusing. What just happened there? There was a news article that said the guy in the yellow hat that got on stage with Norman was being pursued by plainclothes cops. Yellow hat guy ran into the club to escape. They chased him in. He walked on stage next to Mark Norman, realized he was cornered and gave up. Not knowing what was going on, the producers shut the show down. I don't know why they did that. Why did you shut the fucking show down? They made it seem like there was a bomb in the goddamn building. They should have just said, yeah, the cops wanted that guy, and right now they're beating the shit out of him. So let's just forget that happened, and more of Mark Norman. Oh, my God. I guess Vince's wife, Mrs. McMahon, was in Trump's cabinet. Aaron writes, wait, I'm hoping you mentioned the really fucked up thing he did. I just don't want to say any spoilers. You talking about Vince? Yeah, I might have messed it. I might not have known it. Go ahead, please. You have permission to spoil it if it's concerning Vince. Jesus, that story. That was making me uncomfortable. And I talk about my own jizz. That's the thing. Sex will make people do the craziest shit that will put them in so much jeopardy. You know? In a lot of ways, I'm happy that I now have the same libido level of this hat. Not that it would get me in trouble. I'm not like going to, you're not going to like wake up and there's a picture of me with my dick in a rhino or anything. But I don't know. Just guys are fucked up. Guys are animals. Absolutely. Sick sons of bitches. Vince is so fucking old. God damn it. Grow up, you piece of shit. Get your balls cut off or something. They should make him take finasteride to lower his goddamn libido. Chick feels like she's got to pork this old fuck just to keep her fucking career going. Aaron, go ahead. Reveal the nasty thing. I want to hear that shit. If you dare. All right. A couple weeks ago, you might be following the story of these Kansas City Chiefs fans who got together for a watch party. And the guy, hang on. Hi! They go over to one dude's house. Let's watch the Chiefs play. All right. And the guy who owns the place, it's him and 3 of his buddies. Time passes, and the 3 buddies are nowhere to be found. So they're trying to reach out to the guy who owns the house. Hey, what's going on? The guy wakes up after 2 days, according to what we're learning. The guy who owns a house wakes up after 2 days because someone's busted a window and they're doing a wellness check to see what's up, I mean, the game's long since over. It's 2 days ago. Where is everybody? Well, the guy who owns the house, he hears someone bust into the house and is yelling for him. He comes out and he goes, what the fuck is going on? And they go, yeah, where have you been? People are looking for you. They're looking for the other 3 guys. What the fuck is going on here? And he's like, I don't know, man. I've been here. I was sleeping with a fan on. I had the fan on and I didn't hear shit. We've been banging on the doors. We've been calling you. He goes, yeah, man, it's a loud fan. I've been sleeping here for 2 days. They go, Jesus Christ. Well, where is everybody? He goes, I don't fucking know. I just woke up. The cops are there now. They go in the backyard, and the 3 guys that they're looking for are dead in the backyard. It's like 20 degrees out, and they're fucking frozen, and they're dead as fuck. And he's like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. And Jesus, it is absolutely outrageous. And so they don't know what's going on now. All you know at this point is one guy lives there. He's fine. And 3 people that were also there are now dead. Well, family members of some of the guys who are dead are now speaking out and they're saying, bullshit. He knows about this. He knows what's up. So this is going to turn into the next viral murder mystery story. Okay? These stories have dotted our lives, the days of our lives forever. And it's great entertainment. Okay? Some of the Hall of Famers, Murdoch, Hall of Famer. Stephen Avery, Hall of Famer. Who was the chick who, young girl, blonde, and then the guy, and then they were driving in a van, and then she winds up dead, and then he goes back to mom and dad's, and then they find him dead, and there's like a notebook. That was, I don't remember the name of the guy. Brian Laundrie. Wasn't it Brian Laundrie? Laundrie? And I forgot. Well, that was a great story. That was fantastic. When I say great, I mean like it captivated us. I don't mean like it's great because she's dead. It's terribly sad that she's dead. But let's be honest here. These things are what, dot our lives with the gossip that we need. We have to have this. What about legendary? Now you got, wasn't there Idaho, a college? Yes. Some wacko killed a bunch of young people with a knife. And they just ripped the house down the other day. Brian Koberger? Was that? I don't know. There's a Laundrie. There's a Koberger. Help me out with these people. I need to know. Brian Laundrie. Gabby Petrio. Who knows if we're getting this shit right? Stevie says this one is sketchy as hell. Something is up here big time. My prediction, Stevie says he moved out of that house already. My prediction is drugs were involved because the guy slept for 2 days. Everybody got fucked up. And so they fucking passed out outside and died. Nick writes, I know what happened. They all got drunk and wanted some blow. It ended up having a bunch of fentanyl in it. One guy lived because he passed out on the couch. Probably. Nick doesn't say a whole lot, but when he does, he's usually right. He was the guy that informed the world that Hawkeye from the Avengers movies had a tank drive over his face. And we all I laughed. I go, yeah, fuck you. You don't know. But he did. He was right. I forgot what it was. A lot of these stories are fuzzy to me. I remember it as Hawkeye had an actual Abrams tank with a snowplow on it. Somewhere in a place mountainous where there's a lot of snow. And I think he got out of it and then he somehow fell down and then the tank ran over his face and he somehow lived. Stevie says, what were they all doing in the backyard? That's so weird. So I'm thinking the guy who's alive knows what's up. He's just not talking. Concerning Vince McMahon. Jimmy writes, I can't even get a woman to go to the movies. Aaron says he went number 2 on her head during a threesome. Oh, no. Top chat, all messages. Live chat. You're right. Okay. Oh, apparently it was not an M1 Abrams tank. It was a trail groomer, a snowcat. It's the same thing. It's got treads, right? That's a tank. Either way, it's remarkable. Thank you. Nick always knows shit. Concerning Kansas City Chief guy. The dad of the guy who's not dead said, my son would never do anything in a million years. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody, I don't know if everybody's saying that your son killed him, but he knows something. Police have said foul play is not suspected, have stressed it is not clear whether drugs were involved as detectives await autopsy and toxicology reports. You don't even need to run the tests. Of course drugs were involved. People are stupid. Those were all good friends of Jordan. These were all people he went to school with, and he took them to a football game the day before for the Chiefs. Willis's attorney has said Willis had been asleep on the couch next to a loud fan for 2 days. For 2 days? Jesus Christ. He allowed police to search the rental home leading to the gruesome discovery. Willis said that's when he first learned of the deaths. Dad of dead guy says he's not buying what happens or what happened. There were 4 of you in the house, and now 3 of them are dead. That doesn't add up. He added, theorizing that the men witnessed something that they shouldn't have seen before they died. I don't know about that. Another family member said that when they woke the guy up, he came walking out with a glass of wine in his hand. All right? Well, it's weird, to be sure. Again, that's the new one that we have to focus on. That's the new true crime story. Nick writes, they probably felt weird and tried fresh air or went out for a smoke. This happened to that group of comics where 3 died and Kate Quigley survived. God damn. I haven't heard that story either. Pat says he had to have been on some crazy drugs. He nearly died himself. Instead, he slept for 2 days. Yeah, I believe that. Absolutely. All right. Folks, I'm going to leave it right there. You know I love you. Thank you so much for being here. There we go. Go Lions. Oops. That's it. I'll join you with Ben Glaze tomorrow on a Big Fraud Saturday. Saturday. Big Fraud Saturday. I'll talk to you then. Till next time, take care, folks. Bye-bye.